Greetings. Welcome to House Church. Glad you are here today. We are finishing our America's Golden Calves series this week. This week we're talking about the false god of making politics primary. What a fun and easy subject to talk about. I always get comments from people who say, "We just love that you speak the truth." Well, I hope that you love me even when I have to speak the truth to you. And if not, well, I still have to speak it anyway, so just pray for me. This is a tough one for us. We now live in a culture that loves politics. Sure, there are plenty that are just totally over it and they want nothing to do with it, but most people are quite passionate about it. So much so that it has become the primary identifier for people. What that means is that most people nowadays, if they want to describe who they are or what they believe in, they no longer start by saying something like, I'm Jewish or Christian or I'm in real estate or I'm a mother of four, but rather they'll say, I'm conservative or I'm progressive. And we talked on Sunday morning about the risks of Christians making politics their primary identity. And I want to add another risk to that, and that is that it compromises your witness for Jesus Christ. In a couple of ways. For one, if the main way you talk and identify yourself is with your politics, if someone is on the opposite side of the political fence, it lessens their ability to want to hear about Jesus from you. Now, should it be that way? No. Has it always been that way? No. I mean, if it's 1992 and someone says, I'm voting for Democrat Bill Clinton for president, a Republican was unlikely to then respond, then I don't want to hear anything you say about Jesus. I can't trust anything about you, right? Because 30 years ago, politics, for the vast majority of people anyway, was more of a compartmentalized part of your life. But now, it's all-encompassing. And so, if you are always talking about being progressive, or conservative, people often then will hear Jesus through that lens, and they'll think that Jesus is a part of that political worldview. Now, should they think that way? No. But do they think that way? Yes, because we live in a culture of identity politics. So realize that if you are always talking about politics before Jesus, that in the weird culture that we now live, people are going to want to merge Jesus into your political worldview. And secondly, when we make politics the primary thing about us, our witness is often compromised because of the way that so many of us talk about politics. Now, this certainly isn't true for everyone, but unfortunately, I'd say it is true for most. In a culture of polarization, we are taught incessantly that our opponent is stupid, clueless, an imbecile, and we never actually get close enough to them anymore to hear their actual arguments, so we go on believing that they really are that stupid. And then, when we talk about politics, say on social media, for example, we post things like, those stupid liberals going at it again. Or we'd say, the conservatives are on the wrong side of history again, along with the Nazis and the slave owners. Now, imagine reading those posts, but you're on the opposite side. And this person who's writing them from Renovation Church just demeaned your intelligence. Maybe they even attacked your character. And then for good measure, they added that you are ruining society. And then the very next week, that same person from Renovation Church, they post again and they say, hey everybody, my church is having a huge Easter egg hunt outreach, and I'd love for you all to come and hear about Jesus. Are you coming? Not a chance in the world, right? And that reader will, not necessarily because they should, but they will start to think, oh, Jesus, he's just a part of that political party. Do you see the danger here? Yes, politics are important. Yes, we need Christian politicians and their supporters, but if we all, as Christ followers, continue to make politics the main thing we talk about to our neighbors, our friends, our followers, especially if we do it in a mean way, then the gospel will get convoluted into a political worldview and become less effective. I'm not saying you can't talk about politics or even post about politics, but I'm reminded of what Colossians 4:6 says. It says, let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. And they must see that we care. And they must see that we care about, let me say this differently. They must see that what we care about the most is not our candidate, but our king. So this is nuanced. It's tricky, but it's just so important to think deeply about. So as you get into small groups tonight, I want you to talk not about what your politics are, but about the interplay between Christianity and politics and what it should be. Amen.